If you've ever had a moment in your life that you have measured yourself and come up short, if you've ever poured yourself into an individual, a company, a place or thing, and didn't get the results you expected, then this one is for you.
It's hard. It's hard changing your life.
As we begin to look at what we want, as we begin to look toward the future, what's going to be crucial for you is every time you find yourself saying that you can't do something, you've got to affirm to yourself, hey, no, I can make it. This can happen for me. You've got powers within you, talents within you that you haven't even reached for yet. Now, whatever goal you have, here's what we know. You're going to have some opposition. You're going to have some difficulties. You're going to have some challenges. Long journey, long dark night. But when you hold on to your dream, don't let anybody kill it in you. Just hold on to that dream. When it doesn't make sense to anybody, including you sometimes, just hold on. Once you give yourself an opportunity to try and to stretch, you'll find out you can do more than you can ever begin to imagine.
The first level to success in life, the very first level, is you seeing it. Like it's clear to you. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly when you want it. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. Before you really blow up, and you get success, you literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. What does your dream look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? The problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't know you would die. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind. I ain't put my dream on nobody else, and I don't care what nobody think about my doggone dream. This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today.
It's necessary that you be patient. It's necessary that you take a stand, that you dig in. It's necessary to know there are going to be some difficult times. I know I'm going to have to take some blows. Find out how strong I am. Stand up. I know I'm going to experience some rejection and disappointment. I know there are going to be some hard decisions to make. The things are going to be so uncertain that I'm going to feel overwhelmed and feel like I can't handle it. I know I'm going to experience all of that. Why? It's necessary. It's a part of life. It's called life. All of that will create you into a certain kind of person. That as you go through that experience, what you become in the process, that you'll discover a part of you that you did not know was there.
Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You're already in pain. You're already hurt. Get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. It's about heart. You gotta have heart. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. I dare you to take a little pain. I dare you. I dare you not to go home. Somebody said, I don't go home, I feel bad. Go through it. You ain't gonna die. At the end of pain is success.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you're thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you you're not gonna make it, don't believe them, man. Don't believe them. You got to be relentless.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Stay in it. Stay focused.
Quitting guarantees the failure. Once you quit, It rules out any chance of succeeding. The mere waking up every day, putting the next foot in front of the next foot, at least keeps you in the game.
But you can choose in the midst of all of this that's going on to be happy in spite of life's challenges. See, a lot of us, because of our limited vision of ourselves, a lot of us who begin to focus on problems and enable them to overwhelm us, we begin to think that we have no options. We begin to believe that there's no way out. Well, guess what? There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. We have two primary choices in life. We can either accept conditions as they exist, or we can take the responsibility to change them. See, a lot of people want to exempt themselves from taking responsibility. All they want to do is talk about the problem. Every time you see them, they'll tell you their story over and over and over and over again. No. You want to take responsibility for your life. I gotta be here, I can get me out of this. And I'm getting out. I'm not going to be a volunteer victim. I'm unstoppable. This will not get me down. You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
You must have patience and engage in consistent action. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard. And you are the determining factor. The people that make it in this world look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. It's you that you must take personal responsibility to make it happen. It's hard. No, easy is not an option. However, ladies and gentlemen, what you will discover is that it's worth it. Write down 5 reasons of why it is worth it for you to become a diamond, to experience that level of achievement. What is it that will give you the drive? What is it that will ignite the courage in you to get up and come back again and again and again? How is it that you would be able, what reasons that can tap in to that deep down feeling that goes to your gut, that no matter how many times you get knocked down, that you're coming back?
Listen to me, this is how you do it first, over 6-7 years ago, with no money, no human resources, no building, no funding, no support. The first thing we did was we dreamed, we wrote the dream down, we rehearsed the dream, we looked at the dream, we talked about the dream, we slept with the dream, we woke up to the dream, we won a dream, and now boom, it's our reality. And for some of you, you stop dreaming. You dream for a week and you stop because things around you don't look good. You dream for a month, and when you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You dream for a while, and when people tell you crazy, when people tell you stupid, when people tell you it can never get done, you stop dreaming and you go back to knowledge. And I dare you to use your imagination. I dare you when you're broke to use your imagination. I dare you when you're rich to use your imagination. I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream because that's where true success is.
What gets you out of bed? What gets you off the couch? What gets you in the gym? It's not your alarm. It's not your parents. It's not your friends. It's you. The only one that can make it happen for you is you.
It's really hard to be led by your butt. But I'm not qualified. But I'm not good enough. But I'm not smart enough. But I didn't go to the right school. But I don't have enough money. But. If you're ever going to step into your future, if you're ever going to step into your destiny, you're going to have to get over your butt.
And that's what a pity party is when you have an undisciplined mind and you meditate on the wrong thing over and over and over again. If you're going to throw a pity party, I'll give you 3 days and that's it. And after 3 days, you cut up your record player, your iPod, your MP3, and you come up with a plan.
Do I just sit there and settle? No, I don't. I say enough's enough, man, and I'm gonna make a change, and I'm gonna keep going until I get it. You chase something that you believe you deserve until you get it. And it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter how many times you get fired. It doesn't matter how many people don't believe in you. You just go until you get it. That's the point. Are you tired yet? Some of you need to get tired. You need to be tired of what's going on in your life. Get tired of your habits. Get tired of the actions that you're putting in everything. You gotta change, man, or nothing changes.
I woke up one day and stopped making excuses. I woke up one day and stopped playing the blame game. I woke up one day and looked at the man in the mirror and was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Wake up. It's showtime. Let's go. Get up. Go to class. Get up. Do your homework.
You wake up earlier than people. You stay later than people. You stay humble. You work harder than anyone when no one's there. I guarantee someone that feels bad about themselves soon will label you as he's built it. You're labeled because people feel bad about themselves.
You're letting to decide what you wanted. Because every day, you've had choices to make. You're responsible and credible for every single choice. You've made the choices.
And what I need you to do for me is why are you here, and then take ownership of why you're here.
So you control you. This world ain't gonna give you what you deserve. This world will give you what you work for. I put that work in every single day. And when you wake up every single day and you put that work in, and yes, for some of us, it might be harder than others. Man, whatever, we do what it is we gotta do. Especially when we're desperate.
When it's not loyal to you, it doesn't care about you. When it doesn't care how sore you are. When it doesn't care how much sleep you get. When it doesn't care how hard you work at times. When it requires all of you and then more, and it promises you nothing. It's a mastermind of creating fear and doubt in your mind. It causes setback after setback. So the question is about winning. Are you willing to sprint when the distance is unknown? And why chase this thing called winning? Because the only thing that's guaranteed in life, if you don't chase it, is losing.
Now is the time to grind. Now is the time to show the world that I was placed here for a purpose. Work for it. Fight for it. It begins today, it continues tomorrow, and it never dies.
Every champion has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. No way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit.
A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall.
I want the guy who struggled. I want the guy that failed and could still get back up again. Your problem is your pain has identified you. Your pain is waking you. And some of you, as long as it's a perfect day, you operate in excellence. But as soon as the circumstances change, you quit, you give up. So what makes ET different than everybody else? Everywhere I just kept going. I kept going, and I kept going. I kept saying one day gonna be my day. But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna quit in the process. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give in. What you gonna do? What you gonna do in these days of darkness? What you gonna create? You gonna sit there and whine and cry, or you gonna use the creative powers, the creative juice your God gave you? Don't expect people to understand you.
Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this, why you have got to go, why you leave. This is a good job. I'm going. They pay you well. I'm going. Why? I don't understand. You don't have to. I'm going for me because I've made a different kind of commitment with my life. This is something I have got to do.
It's not what they say about you that matters. It is what you say about you that threatens your destiny. You will never be defeated by what they say about you. You will be defeated by what you say about you.
They say, what are you doing, man? You're out of your mind. I don't understand what you're doing all this for. You know, it doesn't make any sense. But the person inside believes it. What they say. I don't care what they think. I understand that. Of course, I believe it.
Stay the course. Give yourself a reason to wake up. Stay the course. Give yourself a reason to get dressed. No matter how impossible your situation may seem, stay on course. I guarantee you cannot pass it if you quit. I guarantee you're going to fail, but you don't know what's going to happen if you keep going.
Will you stay the course? Before life is over, you got to go through everything. You got to speak to yourself. You got to stand up or life will tear you down. You got to make up in your mind. It's tougher than I thought it was going to be, and it hurts more than I expected. But I'm going to keep on hopping till I cross the line.
This is what you do. You are built for this. You would just believe that your day coming, that the sacrifices you are making today, they gonna pay off. But if you do not believe, it ain't gonna happen.
Come on, son.
You're going to hit a wall. There's a period. Let me tell you how it goes. When things are going real good, when you first start off, life is playing with you. You're going to hit a wall. You're going to be going and things look great. You're excited. You're going to tell everybody about it. And then all of a sudden you hit a wall. Wham! And that wall shocks some people. That wall stuns some people. That wall knocked the life out of some people. That wall discouraged some people. It's painful hitting that wall. In time of adversity, you don't have an obstacle to deal with. You have a choice to make. Some will choose to go back. They turn their power down. And they have defeated themselves in their minds and say, I can't do it. And there's some small number who, when they hit that wall, they decide, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be over there. This kind of person refuses to be denied. This person doesn't care about the pain. This person comes back again and again and again. And if you keep on hitting that wall, here's what happens to you, that you will have an incredible breakthrough. And it's as if the universe says, let's help him out. I admire that kind of tenacity. As you're working times with tears falling down your face, you look back on the times and you will cherish those times. As you do that, as you go through that, when you come through, ladies and gentlemen, when you come through that valley, when you come through that fight, there'll be a look in your eyes that everybody will know this is a different person here. The harder the challenge, the greater the growth.
Your problem, it might not make any sense. And your pain might not make any sense. And your circumstance might be illogical. But listen to me. If your life at times feels like, looks like labor, you are doing it right. Keep on pushing. There's breakthroughs coming. And when you're holding your prize, the pain and the suffering will pale in comparison. Don't give up. It will be worth it. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react.
And I'm telling you, the way to ignite the dream is you gotta shut out every single thing, and you gotta believe I am the greatest. And so life normally breaks you because when it hits you, you weren't ready. But if you stay ready and you stay plugged up, when you hear bad news, it don't break you because you already energized. Today might not be the day, but soon it will be my day, and I will recycle my pain. If you're gonna be successful in this game,
You gotta have a dog within you. You gotta know it's a dog fight, and you gotta go get that fight. Life ain't gonna be easy. Ain't nobody gonna hand you nothing. Champions keep going when they don't have anything left in their tank. When they don't have no more. When it's over. When they're tired. When they're frustrated. When they're ready to give up. When they spent their last dime. That's when they get started. That's when you have nothing left. It's when you depleted all your money. When all your energy gone. When you have nothing left. That's when it's showtime. When you find a way out of no way. When you find breath that you don't have. When you find energy that did not exist. When you want this thing as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you find a way.
To every person in this room who's had a struggle, who's had some pains, who's had some tests, who's got some creative ideas, but you've gone through some really tough stuff. Whatever you do, don't lose your head. Pull your feelings out of it. Pull your insecurities out of it. Be strong and very courageous. If you are going to birth your dream, your calling, your passion, you can't draw back when life gets tough. You got to stand up to it and push.
Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive.
You gotta have that gut strength, that belly strength, that devil defying come hell or high water strength, that inner strength, that when I can't do as I want, I'm gonna do as I can, but I'm not gonna stop doing.
If you start something, you're gonna finish it. Make a way. Figure it out, adjust, pivot, have a certain level of mental agility, and get it done. Keep going. Press on. This too shall pass. There's nothing that we come up against that's stronger than anything that we possess internally.
I haven't had my best idea yet. I haven't had my most creative moment yet. I haven't produced my dream yet. I don't care whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There's something down inside of you that's still kicking inside of you that wants to get out and it wants to live. When you start running from one thing, you're going to keep running from everything. You're going to run from love. You're going to run from life. You're going to run from responsibility. You're going to run. When are you going to stop running? You don't know what you got until all hell breaks loose. You don't know what you can take until the pressure is applied to your life. You don't know what you can endure until people stab you in the back and walk away from you. You don't know how much courage you have until you've been under fire and under struggle and under tribulation.
If there's any fear in your spirit right now, it ain't for you. This for warriors, man. This the soldiers, man. And the reason why most of you are not successful is because every single time stuff not going your way, you give up, you quit, you let go, and people feel weakness. They feel it. You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. I want what all other men want. But when the pressure hits, when the opposition hits, when the challenge hits, when the pain creeps in, when the uncertainty creeps in, when the cuts, when the scars, when the bruises come, I just wanted a little bit more than they wanted. That's how I conquer, and that's how nobody has ever beaten me yet.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass. There's something that you could do that would radically change your life. Somebody could take the hand you've been dealt and win with it. Same circumstances, same ideas. They would do it through what they thought about your life. But we don't need somebody because we got you. You are the one.
if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, what would you be like? What would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be, who knows how much more efficient? 10 times more efficient. 20 times more efficient. You have no idea how efficient people get. It's completely off the charts.
I need you to confront you. I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront you. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you, you are not going to do me like this no more. You're not going to keep procrastinating. You're not going to keep thinking like that. I need you. You're not. You're not going to continue to sabotage me. You're not. I get frustrated with humans when somebody's late and they upset. I get frustrated with humans when somebody borrows money for you and you don't pay it back and you upset. I get upset with humans when you go out to eat and they don't bring your food out the way you want your food out and you are so upset and you let them have it. But then you disappoint you when you don't let you have it. You give you a pass. You give you a pass. You are not where you're supposed to be financially and you gave yourself a pass. You know you're better than that. You know you should be further in life, but you keep letting you slide. It's time you punish you. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. Hold you accountable and don't let you off the hook. I want you to challenge you this year to do something you've never done before, to have something you've never had before.
Any goal that you want to achieve that's worthwhile in your life require all-in effort. Every moment, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every fucking year, for as long as it fucking takes for you to get where you're going, you should be consumed with that path. What you do at night matters. What you do in the morning matters. What you do when your friends are out drinking matters. What you do on Saturday matters. What you do on Sunday matters. The success clock doesn't give a what day it is. It's going to run no matter what. And you guys pretend like you can work 7, 8, 10 hours a day and then spend the rest of your time fucking off and you think you're going to be somewhere and you're not. You have to dedicate every fucking breath, every fucking ounce of energy, and every fucking thought and effort that you possibly have in your heart to becoming what it is you want to be. Because nothing great comes from a position of comfort. Everything worthwhile, everything that is great comes from being in a position of uncomfortable. Nothing worthwhile is easy to get. Everything's going to make you uncomfortable. Get fucking used to it. And if you can get used to being uncomfortable, your fucking limits are non-existent.
And when I started studying successful people, what I realized successful people do is that they don't go with the days, they go with the hours. And if you only have 24 hours in a day and you sleep in 8 of those hours, then you only have what left? Listen to me, you only operating with 16 hours to be successful. Now, let's leave sleep alone. You slept for 8 hours, you got 16 hours left. How many of y'all talk on the phone? Right? You have talked away your success. So some of you, if you look at your day, you probably spend an hour or 2 hours on the telephone. So you only have so many hours in a day to be successful. 8 of them just went to sleep. Another 2 of them went to what? Talking on the telephone. Listen to me, that's 10 out of 24. You only got 14 left to be successful. And out of that 14, some of it you're using the cab. You was in the cab for about an hour chilling. You have less than 8 hours, some of you, to get what you need to get done. And I'm not tripping. You can use your time like you want to. But if you're only putting in 8 hours a day and you think you're going to be successful when you get out of here, you got another thing coming.
And I think that's what this is about. And you know that. And it is that path that will ultimately lead you to where you really want to be.
Now, it may be that unidimensionality is the price you have to pay to be exceptional at one thing, right? Because if you're going to be something like a genius level mathematician, and you want to do that or a scientist, say, it's like you're in your lab all the time, you're working 70 hours a week, or 80 hours a week, you're smart, you're dedicated, you're unidimensional, and that's how you get to beat all the other people who are doing that. It's the only way. But the problem is you don't get a life. Now, if you love being a scientist and you have that kind of focus of mind, well, first of all, you're a rare person, and second, you're going to pay for it. But fine, more power to you. But it's a risky business to do that. You sacrifice a lot for it.
Let me say something. I want to say something real quick about success. Success, whether you know it or not, is very intentional and deliberate. There has never ever been a person who blew up and was successful and it happened by chance. Not a rapper. The rappers, they spend time writing and they're in the studios. Right? We're the only ones thinking we're going to blow up and we're not putting in no hours.
It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And it takes getting obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
When you look at Michael Jackson died at 50 years old. But when Mike died at 50, he probably accomplished more than most people accomplished. Why? Because the hours Joe Jackson had my man putting in. They was putting in hours. Michael Jackson didn't become Michael Jackson because he just knew how to moonwalk. Michael Jackson became Michael Jackson and Joe Jackson at 5, like, get your butt up. At 5 years old, get up. I want y'all to dance. The amount of time you put in every day is going to determine whether you are successful or not.
In this game, I would say it's not just time is a factor. The amount of time you put in will determine, but also within that, the amount of purposeful time. And by purposeful time, here we go. Finally came on. I mean, time spent in doing purposeful activity. And that's why the frequency and cadence of that frequency in regards to the 5 levels and the speed and whatnot. That's why it's so important. Because the more body of purposeful activity you had built up over 7 days, everything compounds synergistically. And then the weeks of having that body of work in place also compound. And that's why doing a body of work that's too great for you to recover from over 7 days is not advantageous, because if it takes you out from being able to have another successful week following thereafter, having a perfect A+ for 1 week and then having a maybe a D the next week, or even maybe possible F, and then going up maybe to the average of the weeks becomes so bad that you would have been better off having a C for week 1, a C+ for week 2, and then a B for week 3. Because it allows us to build gradually and sustainably. Because the sustainability of whatever is done is that underlying through amount that has to be present between the food, between the training, between the lifestyle patterns of getting up, going to bed, drinking your water, doing your stretching, doing your workouts, doing your cardio, having a zone on, making sure you're in the heart rate zone, doing all of that policing. We need many of those things built up. So the time that's spent has to be time well spent. And that goes back to one of the statements I've always had in the back of my mind, which has been, do not mistake activity for achievement. Many times we are actively doing things, actively engaging in activity, in essence, going through energy, burning through energy, whether it be in thought or in physical form. But many times the area in which we are focusing that energy, if it is focused at all, is not the area which will actually yield back what we're hoping for. You cannot or I should say, steer clear of taking something that is unimportant or minimally important and placing it on a pedestal as if it is massively important, and giving your attention to the thing, and giving your all to that thing, and a lot of your effort to that thing, because it will not transform that thing into something that's important or of a greater importance. The things that are on the list of importance, those things have not changed. We have our nutrition, we have our strength training, we have our cardiovascular training, we have the consistency in which we do the nutrition, strength training, and the cardio. We have the frequency in which we do this. We have the frequency in which we consistently do the nutrition, strength training, cardio, and all of within that lifestyle balancing of getting up, going to sleep, recovery. I think I could possibly separate recovery all into itself, but I guess as of right now, I keep recovery under the basket of training. Yeah. It falls under the training and nutrition, actually. But I think I'll leave that alone for now. But anyway, to this work, I want to set a new base. I've been focusing on that this week, now that we geared up into October. Birthday's passed. And I'm going back to that previous sequence. The very start of the lateral raises, reverse flies, shoulder presses. That has been a staple. That sequence there has started off my more shoulder workouts. Specifically, the lateral raises and shoulder presses. That combination, I've been doing that for decades. I remember doing that back when I was at the Y. And then I got away from it. And that's something about that. So that I know over from 2021 to now, that lateral raise, reverse fly, shoulder press has started off more workout sequences easily. But the neural pathways, the way the muscles fire, it's so hardwired for it. Everything just gets so excited right away. So it's like, well, I pick something else right now. You can get so locked in so quickly. But this reestablishing that foundation to build for the weeks to come. So I started slightly lighter than I needed to, which I knew, which is okay. Cause I still didn't finish out the upper range. So I still have area to grow. So that was good. So I kept that tricep, and then the second one, the dumbbell press seated, and the dumbbell press, dumbbell shrugs, and the lateral raise. Lateral raise is the one nuance to it, and I reversed that one on weight. I went from the heaviest down, which is a different feeling. It felt good. It was purposeful as well. But again, this one here had a good baseline. There's a good area for room to grow through the sequencing just right here, right now. And I can see exactly where those things are because of what I noted when I only hit 5 reps or only hit 3 or only. So I know there's plenty of room to grow. So there's no rush. Over the next 2-3 weeks, I'll definitely increase in intensity. My challenge is to not do more than this. Because even after that last set of lateral raises, I want to do some burnouts and so on and so forth. I need to save that for that 3rd or 4th time period so that I maximize this first. Because I can get caught up in doing the burnouts and to do all the extra things on the back end, even though I've already done enough to stimulate the muscles to grow right now. I already know that my anabolic response has been engaged, or it has been fueled, I should say. Dang, okay, hold on. Where you at? There we go. And I've engaged that within myself. So, progress will be made. And if I just stick even within the confines of this, I'll still make great progress. No burnouts, nothing more added, which I can easily do. But the great thing here is now if I save that for that 4th time, it gives me something to look forward to as well. Because if I do burnouts every single workout, burnouts can get kind of old after a while because you're always burning yourself out. You're always taking yourself there. But cool, let this be right now just for the muscles. Hit that strength within the sequence, stimulate the muscles, maximally tear them down, recover, and test out just the sequence as it is and keep it simple. All right, you'll hit me with 2 times. I can get behind that. That's the thing. Yeah, I have flashes. I got the bar right here in front of me. I can do some presses and upright. No, not yet. So then we're just gonna rock that out. And that gives me time not to be so torn down today, so I can actually have energy for the rest of the day. Because if I go to my first one-night burner, all I want to do is go to sleep afterwards. And today is not the day for that. So I have a mission accomplished. I can feel the muscle over here that's tendery, talking to me. It's a little bit. So I can feel right there. There it is. Yeah, I can feel it right there in the trap. So I'll release this one now ASAP. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Oh, careful now. Like it taken out. Oh. It's a perfect example in time. But you address things right away. I used to wait. I'll get to it later. The sooner you can get to whatever that thing is, the better off you've been. I love my arbor. This one, it's this here. You're right beside there from the gate. Ooh. Find a spot. Maybe just find the area. There we go. Maybe find a position. I'd rather have this arm relaxed, but holding it in position is actually more advantageous. There we go. It's almost as if sometimes it's like you feel like you have a bubble in the muscle. That thing, when you sometimes you say, I just want it to pop or just to move, and it's weird when I say that sometimes when I work the thing out. Sometimes I find I gotta burp sometimes. Like it's weird. And pushing too hard, take the speed up instead. So it gets down deeper without more pressure. But it does it for me. I was trying to force it too hard. There we go. Cool. Oh man. Right there. Yeah. Like, just get rid of it. The body tells you what's up. It tells you something's going on. You say, I'll get to it. I'll get you later. I stopped saying that. I said that too many times, and then later never comes, and then you end up forgetting, and then the later you should have got to ends up getting back to you. And when it gets back to you, it is so much more of an annoyance. My goodness. By this evening, that same little crick, kink, whatever, next you know, you can't turn your head at all, you're in pain, now you're really trying to stretch it out. But it's almost like it's calcified almost. Like it's just locked up. It's like, man, if I just got to it sooner. I said that so many times, it made me sick. So I just start getting as we get to it sooner. Anyway. On to the next. On to the next. Good stuff.